Alright, what's happening? What's up, surfers? It's Ways Post Up, your boy. Got another reaction for you. I'm about to react to some 10 dumbest robberies caught on camera. Shout out Next Gen. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. And let's see what this hitting for. Let's see what this hitting for, because you know people never stop surprising you.
Stolen. Most criminals aren't exactly the sharpest tools in the shed, but even in a world of crime, there are people so dumb that they stick out more than most.
Hey, get my picture! How did my hair look?
Time he should just run away on foot. Actually, he'd probably end up running into a wall anyways. Some people are just really bad at being criminals. This genius decided that the best way to hide his face was to put a clear plastic bag over his head. Truly, a master of disguise. Hey, at least he didn't suffocate himself to death, but this is still a massive failure of a robbery. I don't think this guy ever finished high school, or elementary school for that matter. I hope they have coloring books in jail, because that's the only book this guy knows how to use. Don't judge him for not staying inside the lines, though. That's a little bit too advanced for him. Bad luck meets bad planning for this dude. He tries to slip underneath a garage door, but ends up getting completely stuck. After failing to free himself, he ended up just laying down and going to sleep. Taking a nap in the middle of a robbery isn't the best idea, and he was found snoring the next morning by the people he was trying to rob. I wonder if they made him breakfast before calling the cops. Nothing like starting your day by waking up and being arrested. We got more dumb criminals coming right up.
I ain't even gonna lie.
I was a little shocked when Guardian told me about 10 different information leaks with which I had associated accounts. And that was
my shoe and some skin off my
Even
ankles.
the most dumb thieves understand that you're supposed to hide your face before a robbery. This kid forgot the most basic part of being a criminal and started dancing in front of a security camera before committing this robbery. I know that teenagers' brains aren't fully developed yet, but I don't think this dude is ever going to be winning any awards for his intelligence. He's going to be making his TikToks from behind bars after this dumb move. Going to prison is basically like being grounded, just worse. Getting smashed by the door you're trying to open is honestly just embarrassing. Plus, this dude wasn't wearing a mask to hide his identity either. After destroying the front door, he was able to rob the place, but this still wasn't a win. Overall, I'd rate this robbery performance a 4 out of 10. He needs to go back to the drawing board if he ever wants to up his game. I'm sure he'll have plenty of time to think about this after he inevitably gets arrested and locked up. Someone wished this guy good luck by saying break a leg, and he took it way too literally. He's trying to break into this fence, but ends up toppling the whole thing over on top of himself. The wall falls right onto his leg and snaps it in a really nasty way. He tries to stand up, but instantly falls back down. These aren't even close to the dumbest criminals we have. Covering your face doesn't work if you've already been spotted by a security camera. This dude not only walked in front of a camera without any mask or anything, he also dropped his ID at the scene of the crime. He really made the cops' job a lot
I ain't even gonna say it, because you shouldn't even be committing crimes anyway.
Easier by being so dumb. Nothing like letting police know exactly who they're looking for. Who needs to dust for fingerprints when criminals do all the detective work for you? This dude is just straight up greedy, which I guess all thieves are. Still though, he rides his bike up behind this vehicle that's hauling a bicycle and tries to steal it. I don't know what he planned on doing if he succeeded though. I mean, he's already on a bike. Did he plan on riding two at once? If he could do that, he should just join the circus. That's a way better career plan than being a failed criminal. He does his best to nab the bike, but ends up failing miserably and leaving his own bike behind. Out of all the things to use to cover your face, toilet paper isn't one that I thought I'd ever see. Dressing up as a mummy isn't the kind of plan that a smart criminal comes up with. Unless it's Halloween, you should probably leave the ridiculous costumes at home. Actually, I take that back. If you dressed up as a ninja to commit burglary, that would be kind of awesome.
Are you communicating with me?
Clear shot of him. How hard is it to just buy a ski mask like a normal criminal? This dude instead chose to carry some sort of platter in front of his face, but still manages to mess up and let the camera get a clear shot of him. At this point, you might as well send a selfie to the people you're robbing. I thought the toilet paper guy was the worst, but this managed to actually top how dumb that was. I bet this dude wears shoes with Velcro straps. Still manages to mess up and let the camera get a clear shot of him. At this point, you might as well send a selfie to the people you're robbing. I thought the toilet paper guy was the worst, but this managed to actually top how dumb that was. I bet this dude wears shoes with Velcro straps because he can't tie his own laces. Are you ready for even dumber criminals? They're coming right up. Pro tip, don't get drunk before a robbery. I never thought we'd see two criminals taking a nap in the middle of a crime, but here we are. This dude walked right in, forgot what he was there for, then just laid down on the floor to sleep off the alcohol. Waking up with a hangover isn't fun, but waking up in handcuffs is probably a lot worse. The only alcohol he's gonna have access to now is the toilet wine they make in prison. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. This dude woke up and decided to commit a robbery. And the second decision he made was to put a giant cardboard box on his head to hide his identity. He stumbles into the store, knocking stuff over and falling down, and that's ridiculous. This dude woke up and decided to commit a robbery. And the second decision he made was to put a giant cardboard box on his head to hide his identity. He stumbles into the store, knocking stuff over and falling down, and then starts waving a gun around like a maniac. The terrified clerk tries to give him the money from the cash register, but the evil genius barely grabs any of it before trying to run out of the shop. He trips himself up again, and I'm pretty sure he didn't even make it out of there with any cash. The good news is that when the cops catch him, they'll have a box to ship him off to jail in. Giving yourself a concussion during a break-in isn't the mark of a successful criminal. After smashing through the door of this shop and going in, this hard-headed thief got scared off by the alarm. Smashing through the door of this shop and going in, this hard-headed box to ship him off to jail in. Giving yourself a concussion during a break-in isn't the mark of a successful criminal. After smashing through the door of this shop and going in, this hard-headed thief got scared off by the alarm system and decided to book it. Unfortunately for him, he's not the sharpest tool in the shed, and he runs right into the side of the door that he didn't break. Next time, maybe he'll bring a helmet, or better yet, just go get a real job, because he's obviously not cut out for a life of crime. Poor guy. That hit to the head isn't going to make him any smarter, that's for sure. Okay guys, the dumbest of the dumber in these next videos. This dude thought he was gonna make a quick getaway, but the clerk had other plans. He tries to make a break for it, but she jumps into action to stop him. This hardcore cashier strips the items out of his hands and kicks him out of the store, literally. He definitely wasn't expecting her to put up this much of a fight. Honestly, I think we need to get this chick into the UFC. Hardcore cashier strips the items out of his hands and kicks him out of the plans. He tries to make a break for it, but she jumps into action to stop it. This hardcore cashier strips the items out of his hands and kicks him out of the store, literally. He definitely wasn't expecting her to put up this much of a fight. Honestly, I think we need to get this chick into the UFC. She's strong, fast, and violent. I'm not a thief, but if I was, I would definitely be avoiding this place. I guess you never know when a cashier's gonna go all Rambo on you. Here's the thing about jewelry stores. They have really good security because they know that dumb criminals will think they're an easy target. Usually, all of the really expensive stuff is kept inside of bulletproof glass cases. And if something is bulletproof, it's definitely hammer-proof too.
Okay, from
These
the jump.
geniuses just keep swinging.
From the jump. I would never be the person behind that.
And if something is bulletproof, it's definitely hammer-proof too. These geniuses just keep swinging and swinging on this case full of merchandise, but they're not doing anything except getting an arm workout. They'll have plenty of time to work out when they get locked up, but they're still never going to be strong enough to bust one of these cases. It's tough to sell stolen merchandise if you smash it all into pieces while trying to steal it. This dude thought he was going to make the score of a lifetime, but couldn't even remove a single thing without breaking it. Even a bull in a china shop wouldn't have caused this much damage. It turns out that just hulking out doesn't always solve your problem. If he thinks that this was hard, just wait till he tries to break the door of his cell. Okay, this one was filmed on a potato, but it's too good not to show you guys. I always thought that busting a window out with a rock would be easy, but it definitely wasn't for this dude. The first rock he throws bounces back and hits his friend in the back of the head, instantly knocking him out. He doesn't care about that though. He's on a mission. He picks up another rock and winds up again. This time the rock bounces back and smacks him in the face, ending in yet another KO. The window is undefeated against dumb criminals.
From the jump. You gotta get your abort mission after you knock your mans out. Like that's abort mission after you knock your mans out. Like that's already such a bad start to the plan. My man kept going through the rock and then knocked himself out, bro. People, bro.
These two woke up in a jail cell with a couple of matching head wounds and damaged egos. If you're gonna pull a gun out, you should try to not fumble it like a football. If life is a game, this guy is definitely losing. He tries to whip out a gun to scare this clerk, but somehow he flings it behind the counter instead. This athletic superstar then attempts to jump over the counter, but isn't even able to do that. Finally, he just decides to run away, but not before doing a funny little jump through the doors. As he runs away, you can also see his pants falling down around his ankles. Seriously, this couldn't have gone any worse for this dude. That clerk did get a free gun out of the ordeal, decides to run away, but not before doing a funny little jump through the doors. As he runs away, you can also see his pants falling down around his ankles. Seriously, this couldn't have gone any worse for this. He just decides to run away, but not before doing a funny little jump through the doors. As he runs away, you can also see his pants falling down around his ankles. Seriously, this couldn't have gone any worse for this dude. That clerk did get a free gun out of the ordeal, though, so that's nice. Okay, guys, that's all for this video. Check out the recommended videos for more awesome.
That's crazy. What a reason to not do anything illegal, let alone rob a whole store. At least have a plan or something. I don't know. I guess half these folks had plans themselves, and I don't even know what to tell you, bro. You should probably not steal. Try not to rob, y'all. Y'all stay cool. Y'all stay inside. Get your money a cool way, man. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. That's just crazy, bro.